qualified on the front row for Dream Motorsport Preston Hire. Zane Goddard, just 15 years of age, first ever time at Sandown on row 2. With Jordan Love, his first time here at Sandown as well. Jimmy Vernon, Will Brown, row 3. Back to Tom Gretsch, Harry Hayek.
Yeah, the 49 is the one that'll be charging through the field. Caitlin Wood wraps up the 11 starters that we have for Cam's Joko Formula 4 round 4. Final race of the weekend for these guys. Can Jordan Lloyd get the perfect weekend pole and free race wins? We're about to find out. Or has Lewis Leeds got anything to say about this final race? He starts alongside him on the front row and gets a great initial jump. So much so that he's got him. That's more like it from Lewis Leeds after the stall yesterday. Oh, it's close between Love and Vernon. Vernon wins that battle, but Leeds has won the race to the first corner. A lock-up from Gretsch in the mid-pack, but they, so far so good, get through that first corner, and Lewis Leeds, the 15-year-old, is leading at his home race at Sandown.
I'm not going to take any credit for the discussion about his start line, but well done, Lewis Leeds. Got it right, and he's got the jump, and well done to the entire field to get through turn 1. They're all queued up behind Zane Goddard, led by Jimmy Vernon, Jordan Love. And look at him come out of the slipstream. Great run off the back straight. Jordan Lloyd's going to go all the way around the outside. Surely or is Lewis Leeds going to hang in there? He does.
Oh, what a move.
Great toe. Just when we were talking this weekend about it, very hard to get a slipstream here. He's got a beautiful run off turn 4 and timed it very well.
What a great pouncing manoeuvre that was from Jordan Lloyd. Went somewhere that nowhere else has managed to make a move stick all weekend long in any category. Around the outside, one of the hardest corners. Randall up the inside of Gretsch. Gretsch will have to sit at the last corner. Randall tries the over-under and actually executes it quite nicely.
He needs to get through as quickly as he can, Thomas Randall, because Jordan Lloyd is up front, but he needs his teammate to put some pressure. Speaking of pressure, Love and Will Brown going at it. 2 AGI, teammates in the identical white cars. Love to the outside. A little bit too far back to pull that one off. So Will Brown, we know, had a black flag in the previous race. You can see him watching the mirrors there. Has a bit of a troubled weekend for him. Still a very speedy young driver, both he and Jordan Love for that matter. So Lewis Leeds needs to try and apply as much pressure as he can on Jordan Lloyd and then hope that his teammate Tom Randall can get through and tow up towards these guys. On board, 6 gear. This will be full throttle, 100% flat over the top.
Oh.
Just as I said that, he lifted. Lewis, what are you doing to me?
And it completely upset the weight of the car.
It did, didn't it? He's normally been flat there, so I just wonder whether tyre hasn't quite come up, just being a bit conservative. But when he actually lifted, and you picked that up well, Chad, as soon as he lifted, it lost downforce and he had that little moment.
Oh, Randall slicing his way in between the AGI teammates. He picks off Will Brown. He sets his sight on Love, getting way out over the bumpy stuff. Gee, you feel that it would just smash you. We're all the way through the car. These seats so low to the floor. With the curbs jolting up and bashing the bottom of the car, you'd feel every single knock like that. Just jolt your whole body. Hayek out of the slipstream. Gretsch sees him there. Yields. That one is for position 8.
So unfortunately, Tom Gretsch just lost a little bit of momentum from that manoeuvre by Tom Randall, and you become very vulnerable. Not a lot of power in these cars, so if you get sort of caught up or you get that momentum slowed, it can really hurt you, and he's lost a couple of spots out of that. Frankie Maiolo just closing in on the back. So Lewis Leeds is closer. He's staying with Jordan Lloyd. He really needs to try and do that in these opening laps because that's what Jordan's been very good at, getting that gap in the first 4 laps of the race.
How's the attitude of the cars over the curb? Gretsch just hangs on to it. He's taking heavy fire from Frankie Maiolo. Let's talk about this start. What an absolute jet of a start it was for Lewis Leeds. His dad's over in Singapore in preparation for the Singapore Grand Prix. Gee, it was close between
really
Love and Vernon. Vernon just managed to find a gap that I thought wasn't there.
Let's watch with Caitlin Lloyd. She bogged down a little bit, but actually not a bad start. Did better than yesterday. She's going to have a great view with all this action up in front. She goes across to the outside so she can get a nice run out of turn 1. Bit of a lock-up from Gretsch up there. Nice clean run.
And once again, around the outside on this first lap. What a move for the lead. Bravery. We said that Lloyd has the ability to put that car where he wants this weekend. He proved it with this move. This is what it looked like from Lewis Leeds' angle. 200 k's an hour. Scariest part of the racetrack. Foot all the way down to the floor. And Lloyd just was, well, that little bit braver on that occasion.
Zane Goddard's doing an outstanding job back there in P3. In fact, within 8/100ths of Jordan Lloyd's time that last lap. So 15.56 for Lloyd, 15.64 and 15.64 identical time for Zane Goddard. So the top three running very similar pace. Then we've got Vernon, Love, who's actually sitting on enough points, this guy here, car 79, to take third for the weekend at the moment.
And that'll be a deserved podium for Vernon if he can manage to make that happen. But at the moment, Love, who we've not seen too much of on the podium this year, is looking like getting up there. And those two got together in the first race, so that'll be a good race for the podium right there. Randall, though, might be able to factor into this. He's on for second for the weekend here, Tom Randall.
So here's Randall on your screen now, car 49, chasing down the rookie with the yellow number plate. Car 79, Jordan Love from WA. He's been doing a lot of karting, also a little bit in Asia with the Asia Masters series, and looking at going back there in November towards the end of this F4 series. Just checks the right mirror there. Randall not quite close enough. Will he have a look at Dandenong Road? Probably a little bit too far back this time round. And what Love needs to do is just try and latch onto the back of Jimmy Vernon. Try and run with him in the green Tool Force car there.
Love is looking pretty good for the Burson Rookie of the Round medal, which is handed out to the best driver with the yellow number on the rear wing. That stipulates that they are a rookie. Technically, they're all rookies, like we mentioned earlier this weekend, but that's more so for the guys who have very limited open wheeler track time. As Randall moves all the way over, Love tried to cover him. Randall was not to be denied. How are they going to brakes? You'd back Randall in from here. And he takes another spot away. He started 10th, and he's already found his way into 5th. Needs to keep moving forward. Needs to try and save as many points as he can. Oops, that sounded like a big lock-up down there. Oh, dear me, Goddard.
It is, yeah. Zane Goddard's backed that one into the wall. Unfortunately, I reckon Chaddy might have got the right rears as he's turned in off the edge of the track, and that just looped the car around, and it could be a safety car. Well, it looks like he's able to grab a gear and drive out. A real shame for Goddard, who was holding down a steady third position in this race.
What a pity. It's been so quick so far this year. It sounds like he might still be stuck down there in an awkward angle, and that has brought out the safety car, which is good news for Randall. This will bunch the field back up. Randall's managed to go from 10th to 4th. There's Goddard with the damage to the back. Hopefully not too much damage to that car. And two DNFs are in this weekend despite all that speed.
Yeah, I'd say it's just got it beached, actually, looking at the angle of the front wheels, because there's not too much damage. The tyre wall would have broken the rear wing mounts. There's a rear carbon crash box in these cars to take a rear impact, and I'd say that's just broken the brackets of the rear wing, but potentially... so let's have a look on the replay. Just got out wide on the marbles there, and bang. So actually not a big hit, really, if it wasn't for the rear wing damage, and he could have driven out of there. But, yeah, it was an odd one. It looked like he just got wide on the turn-in, a little less grip out wide there onto the marbles and lost the rear end.